speaker. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 main keys, according to me, to be yourself. All right? My name is Elijah. I'm a portal for Source here to chat with you and to help you get to know and love yourself to the point of living an amazing life. You ready? Okay. So here's my first key for you to be yourself. First key is know yourself. Know yourself. Take the time to know yourself. Do you see who you are? Do you take the time to sense what you're being, what you're doing? Do you review your actions? Have you ever done therapy? Have you ever gone to see coaches? Have you ever done spiritual workshops, personal transformation workshops? There exists a lot of possibilities, even like journaling, meditating. There's so many ways for you to start making lists, internally or physically, making inventory of what you're made of. So, we're multidimensional beings on this planet, which is right now holding a strong duality program. And so as we get to know ourselves, we're going to see it through the program of duality. So there are aspects that we're going to love and there are aspects that we're going to hate. Now, while you do the first key to be yourself fully, as you get to know yourself, try and do it neutrally as an observer. A benevolent observer who is just observing, assessing, but not in a judgmental way, in a distinguishing way, right? Observing and distinguishing what you're made of. I'll give you an example. I eventually, with time, through life, through therapy, through experiences and listening to the feedback of the world, I realized that I have controlling tendencies. Okay, so now I know this about myself. Fantastic. Well, thank goodness I'm curious, and I went and checked in. Why am I controlling? And then with time, with therapy and observing my body, observing my emotions, one thing led to the next, one step after another. I followed the thread of my curiosity, and I realized that my controlling came from a childhood where there was way too much chaos. And to survive, the little child that I was trained to be hypervigilant and to assess quickly if people are up to par to taking care of me as a child or as a young adult or as an adult. And so with therapy, with my strong will and intention, with the help of my guides, I eventually was able to accept that, to really see that I have this aspect of me. And now I can see it in certain situations. I don't judge it. When I see it, it tells me something about the situation. Now, let's skip right away to the second most important key, because you'll understand why it's so important. It goes hand in hand with the first one. Know yourself first, and second, love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Accept who you are by digging in a little deeper and holding it. Holding those aspects of you that you see through the inquiring of who you are. If there are aspects of you that are more difficult to accept, start to do the process of figuring out, well, why are they there? Why was I controlling? Well, I was controlling because the situation was chaotic. And I was fucking scared. I was petrified. Am I going to eat? Are they going to change my diaper? Are they going to scream? So many details for me to be so vulnerable. Within this context of chaos, I was so vulnerable. And the vulnerable aspect of me paired up with the controlling aspect of me. And off we went on life, doing profession, doing career, doing relationship, hiding the vulnerable within me, and, showing as control. I got everything under control, don't worry, right? But once I figured that out, that controlling was actually a strategy, it is still a strategy to take care of my vulnerable, who's clueless and scared and petrified. Once I know this about me, right? The moment I feel controlling, I know that I'm using this strategy because a part of me feels chaos and is scared. So I can go and get that piece of me and hold it and love it, accept it, reassure it. Find a strategy that will actually work today. Controlling doesn't necessarily work all the time. Probably even not as much as I used it in the past and still use sometimes. But now I'm so much better at acknowledging how I'm feeling, loving myself enough to create situations where I can not feel that chaos, or at least have the room to create strategies where I'm feeling more reassured, right? So I'll give you another example. It took me so long to figure out that being acknowledged was an important need for me. And I was a couple of times in relationships where I didn't get very much acknowledgement. And I was suffering a lot from it. It took me a long time to be kind enough to myself to say, it is a legitimate need. And I'm allowed to get acknowledged. And if I'm not in a situation where I'm acknowledged, it's okay to leave. I think that that's being myself. That's being myself in the most honorable way. To create situations that honor the level of love and self-knowledge that I've created for myself. No one outside of you can love you more than what you've created for yourself. And more, as we're accelerating into our multidimensionality here on Earth, whatever's left inside that's unresolved, that's still in the shadow, is going to show up really quickly, and we need to clear it up as it comes, right? And the way we clear it is by love and finding new strategies and accepting deeply the vulnerability of being human and the immense possibility of being spirit. And regularly join these two to know and love and recreate ourselves. All right, third key to this amazing path to being yourself fully. So we've realized that we live in a world of duality, and that beyond the world of duality, we can start to know ourselves by being curious. And then as we find out the pathways to get deeper, and we're seeing deeper pieces of ourselves, maybe even in the shadow, in the darkness, we get to love ourselves. We get on this journey to pick up each piece and look at it and acknowledge it and find awe in it and find its needs and create new strategies. And here we are within duality and beyond duality and swimming in it all. And now I can be myself in the world until I meet the world, until the other people give me feedback and I try to adapt. Oh, wow, my boss says this, my partner says this, all of these situations that make us, adapt and hide and collapse in certain areas and not overexpand, but when we do too much to overcompensate, right? We have all of these different ways that when we encounter the outer world, where we lose our center, we lose our deep strategies for self-love and self-knowledge. And so here's my key to you, is zoom out. Zoom out of these relationships. Zoom out of the fact that you're in a mammal body who needs tribe, who can be in its shadow a bit codependent. Bring it more to the light. Learn to be more independent so that you can be interdependent. Do not let other people bring you your worth. If you do key 1 and 2 of knowing and loving yourself, you do not need other people to give you that. You can be an overabundant well of love for yourself and perhaps for others. However, be careful to not be dependent on other people to give it to you. Now, earlier I talked about acknowledgement being a need. It got me really confused for the longest time because I thought that was being codependent, the need of being acknowledged. That seems codependent. It becomes codependent when I'm in a relationship where I need it and it's not there and I stay there like a pitiful victim. That's codependency. But to own my sense of needing acknowledgement and loving the fact that I'm that kind of person and loving the fact that it's been named as a legitimate need to be acknowledged. Thank you, Nonviolent Communication, NVC. Thank you for your list of needs. But now, so I can choose and create a life that honors who I am today. All the work that I've done to know myself and to love myself, here it is. Here it is. And if it isn't in my life, well, I can keep tweaking it, keep readjusting, keep setting boundaries, keep saying no, keep saying what you want, keep saying what you need. But let others be others. Others will have their own path of knowing and loving themselves. And in their shadow, they might project upon you. And if you're not careful with your boundaries, you might take it on and then think it's true. But if you know and love yourself, you'll know when it's true and when it's not. Always have that sense that you can let things in and ponder, analyze, feel into it. Is it true? Is it not? But you'll know yourself. You will know yourself. You will know and love yourself enough that when somebody is offering you a situation that doesn't vibrate with your highest good, you will know and love it. You will know the answer and love the answer. You'll be able to act upon it, even if it means leaving. Even if it means transforming, destroying something like society. A relationship. Right? So here it is, guys. My 3 keys to be yourself is that first know yourself and love yourself. And then create situations where you are allowed to be yourself. So zoom out of the outer world. Don't have it in your face and don't feel so codependent. Give yourself the space that you deserve. All right? You guys are amazing. I want to know if in this video you got a haha moment. I love haha moments. I think I don't need food. I need to be a witness to haha moments. I as a human, I've been conditioned to think I need to drink and feed myself. I disagree. I know that in my deepest core, what truly, truly nourishes me is to know that you are expending, that you are melting away your ego defenses and allowing the deepest vulnerability of who you are in your truest core, which I believe is source. You are an expression of source. You are creation itself. You are a miracle walking. So know and love yourself and be yourself in all situations by creating the life you want. All right? Let me know if this made a difference. Please click on like or on subscribe or all of it. You can write to me directly also. I'd love that. Okay, you take care. I love you. Bye, Seeker.